Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today topic we are going to discuss about context manager in Python. Okay. See, this topic most of the people so who I'm taking the interviews, they are not able to understand where the context manager is going to use and where they are using already in the existing Python application. So most of the people they are not able to understand or they are not aware of where they are using. See, for example, you may come across that when you're opening the file and reading some content from the file. So you may use a statement like with open of some file name, comma that what is the mode of the operation, if it is a read or write, as well as you are giving the reference to the method, or it is what I'll tell you what this f is doing over in the custom function. So you'll get understand what f is doing here. So with the f reference I'm able to open the file. Okay. So when you come across this code, you may understand that you are opening the file. The file reference is going to the f variable, and with the help of f you are opening the file and reading it, or it is already open so you are reading it, sorry. Okay. So it is already open so you are reading the file. So did you notice somewhere that you already opened the file but you are not closing it anywhere? So internally, this is what we used to call as a context manager. What context manager will do is like you can write a functionality that what need to be done in the open time. Not only open, this is not only suitable for opening the file, it can be do in more places like DB connection or socket operation, so many places. So it is up to you. You can customize any operation over here. Okay, with the help of context manager. What need to be done in the with statement, what has to be executed inside the with block, after the with block what has to be done. So these are the operation you can do it in the use the custom context manager. Okay. So did you notice any time like that a file got open but I am not closing the file anywhere? So because this is what this context manager is doing. So the simple way of definition of context manager is like it can manage your resource in a well manner. That means you don't need to close it by yourself. The context manager itself it will take care about that part. So even if whenever you are writing the code with using with keyword open statement, you are just opening the file, you are reading it, that's all. Once it is moved out of the block, so for example if you moved out of the block here, okay, so here that is done. So it is open the file, it was reading. Before it is going to the third line or third statement, the closing operation will taken by the context manager itself. So how this is happening in the behind the screen, that's what I'm going to write it over here. I'm writing some custom function. Okay, that will tell you like that will explain you like how this context manager is happening in the behind the screen. So I'm creating one class. Okay, consider them, make it as open statement. Okay, the same way I'm writing. Okay, open. So I'm initializing some variable, sorry, initializing the class. I'm putting the self is nothing but I hope you are understand what self is representing over here. Self dot name is equal to name. So I'm passing the value from the object. When you're creating the or initializing the object, I'm passing this value over here. Okay, so when you're writing the context manager, there is a two method will get involved. One is enter method and another is an exit method. So this is a default method. Right now I'm keeping as a pass. Self will go with pass, by default it will go to self, and exit method. Here it will take four variables or four parameters. One is a default, the self parameter. The second one is the execution type. That means, so when where this, if there is a error happen inside the with block, so what type of error was happened, so that is what we used to call as exception type. Okay, The third variable argument is nothing but exception value. Suppose if we are defining like uh, zero division error, so that means this type will tell you that what kind of error type was, and this will tell you that the exact error message. Okay, the last statement is a traceback. So where that exact the exception arisen, or where in which line that exception happened. Okay, I'm putting as a traceback. Even now I'm putting like just a past statement. So what past statement will do means, I hope you understand that nothing will happen inside that. You don't execute anything over there. Okay. Now, for simple understanding purpose, I'm just making one print statement over here. And this move to enter statement. Okay. And here print of exit statement. See, when I run this, what will happen? So I'm creating the object for this open method. So how I am going to create means, you remember in the context manager with the opening file, with open, what I am passing it is, when I'm creating or when I'm initializing the object, it was this open was accepting one variable, that is nothing but name. So I'm passing my name as like, okay, nuv as reference, and also print of inside with block. Okay, so now you see here, when I execute this line, what it is happening initially, whenever you are running, when the Python was executing the with open statement, what will happen? This enter statement will get executed first. Okay, so once this line got once this was executed, this is nothing but this with the with keyword, this enter statement, whatever it is inside the enter statement, it will run everything. Suppose if I am returning inside the enter statement, I can able to return something as well. I can able to return the same object or some return value as well. When I am returning something, that return, whatever it is returning, it will, we can capture via the f variable, print of f. Okay, that's what I said. So there is a, whenever you are referring some referring the object over here, it was representing based on the whatever you are returning from the enter method. So you can not only you can return the values, you can return the same object as well, because self reference self is a, it was representing the current object. So I can able to return the self statement as well, or self keyword. The self keyword have the all the, you can able to uh, use all the variables, the instance variable or instance method. You can use any method over here. With that, you can able to call any method whenever you are, whenever there is some method or custom function was there, you can able to call it as well. And also you can modify the variable as well. Okay, all of this operation you can do. So as I said initially, when there is a open statement and this line was executing, it is nothing, it is what it is going to do means, it will run what is inside the enter method. Okay, and also if you are returning something over here from the enter method, it is returning to the f variable. So with, if it is a self, if you are returning the object, I can control over the entire place, like I can able to access the variable or method what I said previously. So after enter method done, it will move to the with block. Inside the with block, it will execute one by one. As I said, first it is enter is done, then it was going to the printf, that was it was returning one, then it was it executing inside the block. Once this entire statement was done, then it will move to the exit block. That's what it was at the end, it was running exit block. If you want to see that exactly, I'll return one more print statement out of that with block. Okay, so now you see here, first it is, as I said, when it is running this line, it will execute all the statement whatever it is in the enter. It was returning, so return statement will go here. If suppose if you are not returning anything, it will return in none. By default object will return none, right? So it was returning none. So after that, once this enter statement done, it is moving to inside the with block. So none was executed inside the with block, was immediately it is not executing outside with block. So it is moving to the exit block. This exit will get executed, then it is moved. So now you can able to correlate with the the file operations. So this is how it will execute. So when you are open of file, it was open the file, and that file instance will pass over the F, and I can able to read the content. Inside the exit block, they will write the close operation. So you don't need to manually write the close operation. It is easily able to handle the resources properly. Okay. So you may ask somewhere, like suppose if there is some exception arise this place or here or anything. So I'm manually throwing some error. Now print 1 by 0. See, any number divisible by 0 will throw error, right? So now it was showing that division by error, because as I said, once this is done, once this is executing, if something error is happen means it can immediately, if there is any error happen in the block, with the block, it will immediately move to the exit block. Okay, that is what after none, it is encounter some exception, so immediately it is moved immediately to the exit block. Now here what I can do, I can able to handle the exception with all these argument or parameters. As I said, exit type means nothing but it is a zero division error. Exit value is nothing but zero division by zero. Traceback is just, I'll show you what is that, then you'll get your idea. Print of exit type. Exit value. Okay, now I'm throwing the error. You'll understand clearly. See here, it was saying that what is the type of the error. It was saying that what value, as I said, division by 0 is a value. This is a class type. This is a traceback object. With this traceback object, I can able to easily trace where the exact error come. In the real time, maybe in the upcoming videos, I'll show you that how can we the. So usually we will use this kind of traceback in the exceptional handling place. Like there is a common exceptional handling will write, that class will get applied wherever it is there is a throwing error. So with the help of traceback, I can able to find out which module and which line this error got acquired. That is what this traceback will helps you. Okay, so now I need to modify small thing over here, because if there is some exception happen, this is crashed, this program get crashed. It is not running after this line, because it has to run outside as well, right? If there is an exception happen, you can handle in two scenario. One is like you can suppress the error, that means you can skip the error and move forward, or you can throw the error to the user, like so there is some error happen. Okay, so two scenario we can do. How can we achieve that error means, so I need to change small thing in the exit block, because whenever error handling in the open statement or with block, immediately it will move to the exit block, right? So I am handling like if exit block return. I'll tell you. Sorry. I'll tell you what is false and what is true. Now you saw that if I apply, for example, I'll show you first true. Okay. If you see here, there is an exception arise. Okay. Immediately it is moved to the exit block. I am checking whether the exception occur or not, because initially if there is no exception happen, so all will be none. That also I'll show you, then only you will get an idea. Okay, if there is no exception occur, then all argument or all parameters will be none. If there is exception happen, so whatever exception occur, that will pass as a argument. So now you got to know that there is exception occurred. So I am making return true. If I make a return true inside the exit block, it is telling the application that it is suppress the error. So you skip the error and move forward. That's what, even after returning true, it is able to run the, it will immediately it will come out of the blocks. It won't execute the next line of the error, but it will move out and it will run the outside with the block. That is what it is happening. It is able to run the F. It is nothing but none. Then exit immediately, because error happened, so it is going to exit block and all the trace back, and it is skip out and it will run to the outside block. It won't run it. Suppose if I am passing false, okay, what will happen means, even if the error happened, You are telling that you need to handle the error. You need to handle it. If you're not able to handle it, then the application will get crashed. So how can we handle means I am making on try catch block. Is in kind of E. So now you can see that I handle this exception. I can able to further proceed it. And okay, so you can see that there is a error happened occurred. So I'm not suppressing the error or suppressing the exception. I need to throw the error. That's what I'm re-raising. It is nothing but it is throwing. It is re-raising the error. So I'm handling with the try except block and capture the exception, and I move forward. I just continuing it the execution part. Okay, this is called as context manager. So with the help of enter and exit block, you can do so many operations. So for example, I can able to calculate the timer of the execution, like how much time this block got executed. That also I can able to achieve it with the help of things. So with the help of an enter statement, I'm starting the timer. Once this all the statement got executed, it is immediately moved to the exit block. There I can able to capture the timer as well. So there is so many logic you can write over inside exit and enter block, but this is how it will run. First it will go to the enter block, then it will move to the with block. Once all block executed, immediately it jump to exit. If there is some exception occur inside the exit block, then what will happen, immediately it will jump to the exit, but remaining statement it won't get execute. It will, once this will got captured, I can able to suppress the error exception, or I can able to re-raise the exception. If you're suppressing it, just returning false. If you want to uh, things, then you need to raise a true statement over there, and that's how it will execute. So I hope you understand what context manager is doing. We can able to handle the resource. See, if in the file operation, for example, or in the db connection, if you're not closing the connection or db files, whenever we are utilizing the resource in the memory. So if it is a small part, it is fine. So it's small single file, small files, it is fine. But if it is a huge file, then you are fully using the resources over there, right? So those are the part we need to consider when you are optimizing the application. So you need to think about the context manager. Wherever you can able to customize it, you can use that over here. Okay, but most of the developer, they are aware only what with open statement is doing, but what internally the context manager is doing, they are not aware of it. So I hope this video give some in-depth understanding about context manager. If you like this video, just like the videos and uh, keep learning over here. So I come up with the next video like with another interesting topic. So because I was focusing on not basic of Python, so other topics, there is something called meta classes, descriptor, there is a decorators. These are the concept I'm planning to bring in the next videos. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks. Bye. We'll see you.